Hi there. I'm so glad you could join me today. Are you ready to play? I think many of you would agree that effective communication is critical for building relationships in families, in education, and in the workplace. And it seems in this age of instant access through technology that while we might be interacting more, we're actually communicating less. I'm Marianne Swan, and this is Conversations, a fun and powerful communication process disguised as a board game that transforms relationships, connecting all who play. Anyone can play this game, regardless of lifestyle or beliefs, because it was created from the universal principle that we're all one. The format of the game encourages active listening and honest speaking in a safe and non-judgmental way. But I'll tell you more about that later. In this non-competitive game, everyone wins, and I believe it is the next best brilliant idea for humanity. The first time I experienced the game was when its creator, Barry Ocketel, came all the way from Australia to introduce the game to the Toronto area as part of his North American tour. I played with a group of people I didn't really know that well, and I was amazed and surprised at how easily we connected and how quickly. I immediately felt and saw the impact that this game could have in social, in educational, and in business settings. And when I say I felt, I'm talking about that fluttery feeling that I get in the middle of my heart when I know I've hit upon something good. That intuitive hit, you know what I mean. The reason the game works in connecting you quickly and at a heart level is because agreements are made prior to playing that foster an atmosphere of trust and confidentiality, making it easier to share. In a full-on game, this happens in 3 cycles. The first cycle is the aspect cards, and these are represented on panels such as these. We have about 16 categories, things like talents and abilities, unconditional love, family and friends. And every player gets their own aspect, which they then fold into a triangle. It sits on their knee and becomes their perspective for the game. The second cycle involves the life cards, which are phrases and sayings representing the situations of life or thought patterns that we have. Okay? So think about what you might say if you chose this card. What can one person do? Or how about this card? My ego often gets in the way. So what you would do is you would read out the card and you would share what that means to you, relating your own experience of it, if any. The third cycle allows you to gain a higher perspective. These are the purple inspiration cards, and they come from the inspirational wisdom books of our time. Okay, and they allow the conversation to move to a higher perspective and allow players to connect with each other based on what came up in the game or what was said in the group. Things like this. We teach others what we have to learn. Or, there's another one. Every problem is an opportunity for you to be the best person you can be. And so everybody gets their turn with each of their cards in each round, and you get to ask a fellow participant to respond to the card that you've pulled. After my first experience with Conversations, I became a general facilitator and trainer for the game. Now, as the Canadian coordinator for Conversations, I've partnered with Barry in order to take the whole Conversations phenomenon to the next level. As the next best brilliant idea for humanity, I see Conversations becoming the most widely used format for communication worldwide. Picture this, Conversations being used around the world by businesses, by schools, by church groups, social groups. Great for fundraising, have game event evenings, bring people together. It will be used for personal development and entertainment and embraced by families everywhere for creating richer relationships. Please help us realize this vision by voting today and in future rounds, and by sharing this profile with everyone in your network. You can see the game in action on my website or Barry's website just by following the links to YouTube, where we film demonstrations of the game. Together we can transform relationships by having conversations that matter. Namaste.